Hi guys, how are you? Today we're gonna see a few hands that I've played in a couple of days, so you can have an idea on what PokerMaster is about. First hand is going to be Ace 10 of clubs out of the big blind, so button opens, small blind calls, and I squeeze my Ace 10, I get called by the bottom, and the flop comes Ace 10 6, very good for me. And I know this guy is a recreational player, so he's not gonna have a minimum defense frequency. There are many draws out there, and some top pairs is gonna stick it in anyway. This might be a little mistake because I know inducing a lot of action, but given the fact that there are many draws there and I get called by worse, so it's I don't mind it. Is gonna have very high EV anyways. Yeah, and they just raise with Queen 7. I mean, they like bluffing with flush draw very much. Okay, we're gonna see it later on. Okay, I get pocket kings on UTG +1 and I raise over the limper. Fair in the big side because I want to ISO, but with no success. The stack pot ratio, always have that in mind, is in the lower side. So I feel kind of committed here. And we'll see how the hand develops. I have the backdoor flush to help me. And I see bet in the small size. That's what I would do with my C betting range here. And I get raised. I mean, when I get raised here, stack pot ratio is 3.x. I feel committed versus the short stack for sure. And yeah, I can see him like slow playing some jacks, so I can remove some percentage of them. And as you saw in the other hand, they like bluffing with flush draws. So having a flush draw is pretty cool here because it can represent the jack. So I slow play as I think I have value no vulnerable. I continue slow playing, the guy sticks it in, and what does he show? 9-7 of diamonds. That's good. Pretty nice pot. Okay, open 4-5. I think it's in the loose side, but given the fact we're three-handed, why not? Alright, so open, flop and open under plus backdoor flush. I bet in the small size. I think I'm betting nearly my entire range, even though I'm versus two players, but I'm betting a lot here. I get called, turn the nuts. At this point in time, well, this is not a turn that I'm going to be over betting anyway, but I don't like over betting on this side too much because there's for value because they overfall a lot, so I do it as a bluff mainly. Okay, so blocking the flush draw, no reason to push, just slow playing, and yeah, I have value, so what can I do? Just push all the money in and I get called by ace 10 off, which has raised me on the turn. Okay, no problem. It's pretty juicy tables as you can see. Okay, this guy opens. I can 3-bet or call. I elected to go because there are recreational players and people are not squeezing very aggressively. So yeah, just call here, flop a set, pretty drawy board. I like fast playing here, but given it's checked around to me, I bet in the small side, so I get to bet a wider range. And I'm going to induce some action. There you go. I mean, if they have some kind of queen and they see there are many draws, they just are committed to the pot. So yeah, and that's it. If he has a very big draw, I have to shove it in. If he has a queen X, he's gonna stick it in anyway. So I think the best play is just to push. He happens to have an underset. As you can see, this is a reggae player. Yeah, this is what the stats look like. 23, 15, 3. Alright. Anyway, let's move on. No much mystery on that one. I open Jack 8 of diamonds. You have to be very loose at this on this side, on these games. And I bet on the small side. What I'm doing basically here is just inducing action from someone. At this point, I want to be very, very, very big. There are plenty of draws there, and I'm committed with my 8 no matter what. There are some king X of spades and some random floats. So I bet pot, get called, river, and order blank. I don't know at this point what I'm going to get called by, but I have to stick it in. Yeah, and the guy shows up with ace king off that he hasn't squeezed before. Cool. Okay, I open threes in early position. Flopped a set versus two guys. I'm going to bet in the small side for sure. Trying to induce some action. Get called by the two. The jack opens a lot of draws. I'm gonna get called by 9x of spades as well. And some random float, so I bet in the big side. River the boat. As a few draws have missed, he's gonna likely have some pair hand, 9x, poker pair. And yeah, I felt like I'm gonna get called light here. But the guy shows up with ace jack off that he floated on a multi-way pot versus 2. Okay, as you can see, they make like super big mistakes. Okay, as I'm kind of short here, I just rebet 3x, which is in the small side. Stack pot ratio is 3 point something, so with the top pair you are so committed. What you need to have in mind is to leave some rope for them to do something stupid. So I bet in the small side. At this point in time there are too many draws. I'm gonna get called very light. I think I rather shove or check push for value protection here. Get called by a jack. I mean, that hand shouldn't be in his calling range for sure. We're short. I don't think that's good. He has great pot, but I don't think that's good. This betting on the turn is not good either. If you guys want me to go in depth, we can sim some hands in future videos. Okay, this is dream spot. I get 3-bet, call, flop the nuts. No reason to raise. No reason to raise here. But I get check too. So what does my small size accomplish? Accomplish that I can get to showdown with wider range. I get called by over pair between the 10 and the ace, and I can induce some action as well. He calls. The king is so good because it's gonna give my opponent two pair pocket king, a set of kings. So it's very very good. So I shove and I get called by jacks. Awesome. Okay, let's keep going. I raise over limper. This is very loose. I don't think this is good, but I did it. Flop a flush draw. Let's see stack pot ratio. Let me see. It's yeah, it's kind of on the big side, but if he raises, he's gonna have worse flush draws. So not flush draw, second not flush draw. It's just no brainer. Call. Okay, bet again. I want to charge him in case he has a 6. I want to charge worse flashes and whatever random he may have. He calls, shove it in, and get called by a7 suited that floated the flop with. Unbelievable. And that's it for today, guys. So leave some comments down below, subscribe, yeah, and if you want me to talk about some topic or go more in depth in some hands, just let me know. Peace, bye.